The following is an original Livin' podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, NASCAR returned at the Iowa Speedway with the O'Reillys and NASCAR Cup Series, and dare I say, the races, although the action was great, it somehow, some way managed to turn into, as we called it behind the scenes, a bottom split NASCAR iRacing Series lobby. If you know what I'm talking about, you definitely know for sure. And we're going to talk about it all right here on this episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. As always, I'm Elijah Leonard here with you. To the right of me, that is none other than Slifer. What's going on, man? How we doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Made it through work with the little bit of rain that we had, which turned into a sauna.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't complain. And to go off of what you just said, I know bottom split iRacing. It's not pretty. But I was glad that they returned to Iowa. You know, a lot of interesting things happen. People almost hitting a camera coming out of their pit stall, which I'll bring up a little bit later, a little bit.
Well, definitely for sure, there was a lot that wound up happening at the Iowa Speedway, and definitely a lot of crushed up sheet metal, if you will, in the process in both divisions. But before we get started, there is one thing that I do personally want to bring up for my stuff, is that, well, for a while, as far as my main YouTube channel goes, is that all you've been seeing is a lot of gaming content, and particularly around iRacing, Fortnite, and etc. Which, hey, I'm not complaining personally. It's not a bad thing. However, there is one key element of the channel that had been missing for quite a while, and that is the IRL content, the vlogs, which, speaking of, by the time that this episode drops, the first episode of the vlog series Life, Music, and Road to Glory returns tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST. It's going to be premiering on my main YouTube channel. Just look up 11 or at it's 11. It's _11 to be more specific, and you'll be able to find the channel and all the footage that I wanted up compiling together was filmed back in May, so just want to put out that little disclaimer. And it had been it practically had been 8 months at this point since I had released a vlog. But that's coming back tomorrow, and hopefully you guys are excited for that. But all right, that's enough of that portion of the show. Now let's get down into the race recaps. Sly, what you think about the action here for this weekend?
It was typical short track racing. I know I say that a lot when, we're at tracks like Bristol, Martinsville, even Richmond. But no, it was every bit of it. I've raced on it, not IRL, but it is a tricky track. No pun intended to Pocono's tricky triangle. Because it's like you have new asphalt mixed with old asphalt, which I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think any other track has that combination.
No, I don't really think so. I think like Martinsville kind of for a little bit has that combo of concrete and asphalt in like the bottom grooves of the turns, especially through all four corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But Iowa Speedway, though, when it comes to pavement, it does have that combination of the old and the new pavement, and that definitely throws a huge monkey wrench into things. And I mean, in regards of the action that we saw in both O'Reillys and Cup, I would definitely have to agree with you. It was typical short track racing, but you have to agree that when we got into those long green flag runs, we definitely did see some pretty good action.
Yeah, definitely. Long green flag racing was always a good thing. which is rare sometimes at a short track. And pit strategy, obviously, like I've alluded to numerous times, actually came into play for once.
For once, absolutely. And one more thing I do want to touch on here as well, and we're going to be kind of bouncing back and forth here for a little bit. Somebody had a little close-up during pit stops.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody had a little had a little close-up, had a little pit stop during the close-ups or whatever. My brain is it's Monday as by the time that we're recording this. So my brain's kind of a little out of the loop, but Ryan Blaney had himself a little bit of a close call with the cameras, obviously the ones that hang over at the end of pit road. And I'm pretty sure Sly will pull up the footage, but as you're going to see, let's rewind that a little bit because that's like, look where that camera is.
Tell him to get that camera out of there.
Tell them to get the effing camera out of there. I about destroyed it.
But yeah, like just rewind that a little bit, or actually played it again, but actually pause it. Like look at where that camera is. To be honest, although you would definitely get a really nice close up, and honestly, like that's a great angle.
Let's see.
You are definitely flirting with a huge paycheck, a huge amount of money that would be coming out of your paycheck just to replace that camera right there. The Ryan Blaney almost destroyed, inadvertently. Obviously, he's trying to get out of his pit, and you got that damn camera that's just in the way. So that was honestly probably the funniest thing that happened all race weekend.
Yeah. I just got no words for that. You know, I know Scooby-Doo would have some words for it. Row.
Maggie. All right, let's go ahead and let's discuss our winners for the weekend, starting off with the O'Reilly series. And by God, Junior Motorsports, they're no longer just dominating with specifically Justin Allgaier. And it seems to me that some of the notes that went from the 7 crew, they must have been spread out. Most of them probably went over to Carson Kvapil, because for the second race in a row, he managed to lock up another win.
And I know you're going to get with the rest of the results, but I do got to talk about the second place car.
Good Lord.
The man who is full-time back in that car of Roger Carruth.
And thank God that this is the case for Raja Carruth. Yeah. Finished second. Honestly, could have been a win, but he definitely gave it his all and basically had to settle for second. But I like this. Honestly, these are the runs that I would love to see Raja Carruth have, especially going into Daytona. Stage 1, let's see, was 1 spot short. Stage 2, he only got 1 stage point.
Hey, but it's a stage point, though.
It's still a stage point, and that could make all the difference. That honestly could make all the difference. And there is Wyatt. My God. There he is.
Sorry, I'm GTN on the go.
GTN on the go. Hey. Wouldn't be the first time.
We were just talking about the like our thoughts on the weekend.
I didn't get to really watch a whole lot of it, at least on the O'Reilly side of it. But the racing I saw from both series was pretty good. I'm hoping the repave that we're going to get keeps the racing good, because this is one of the few short tracks for especially for the next gen side that the racing has actually been pretty good on.
Absolutely. But again, Carson Kvapil, second race in a row, manages to get the win. But now let's also go ahead and talk about the Cup race. This race had several monkey wrenches thrown into this. Tyler Reddick, probably the biggest one to start right out of the gate. I am just shocked at that he was the first one out so early because of a mistake that happened going into turn one, where he basically got a little sideways and then came up into somebody else. I can't even remember who it was.
Eric Jones.
Okay. And then, unfortunately, got turned towards the outside wall off the nose of Eric Jones. Again, keep in mind, the car was sideways, Reddick's car, that is. And then he kind of just, as soon as he came up into Reddick, Reddick came up into himself. Jones, the car just veered right.
Yeah, I thought it looked like it snapped.
Yeah. And that also could have happened too. And we all know with the next gen cars, they're unforgiving when you try to overcorrect them, and they are very finicky. They're very snappy. And unfortunately, Reddick was the innocent bystander in that regard. And man, unfortunately, that it bit Reddick pretty badly on lap number 3, and that sucks. That's all I got to say for that. It sucks. And also in the process, it took Eric Jones out too.
Yeah.
And and Eric Jones is trying to fight to get in that last spot of the chase. He's in that little bubble. This brought him down a few spots. I believe I'll talk about a point later, but he went from I believe he was 17th, 18th points. He's already down to 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So this was not something that Eric Jones needed going into these next 2 weeks. As we get closer and closer dwindling down, who's going to make the chase or not. So this also not just for Tyler Reddick, who's obviously locked into the chase. He has nothing to worry about. He's just trying to fight for the regular season championship, which I think we can all argue that unless he gets some major momentum these next 3 weeks, I don't think he's in contention anymore.
No,
I really don't think so. I think it's between now, you're up and coming, and I'll talk more. We'll talk more about this when we get to my segment, and maybe on the go, depending on what it is, whatever the hell this truck is doing. Sorry, get sidetracked. Anyways, he's trying to back up to his. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyways, we'll talk more. But now we got a new contender in Ty Gibbs and Ryan Blaney going into this. So it's I don't think between those guys, I don't think he's contending. Yeah, sorry for the little ramble, but yeah.
I did find what exactly happened with Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones.
Oh, the wreck?
Yeah. Let me go back a little bit. It looked like he got side drafted a little bit, and then boom.
Yeah. Anyways, let's continue on here. Another bombshell that we're not really all that surprised about at this particular rate. And another guy getting himself into a little bit more trouble. And if you thought that we were talking about Connor Zilic, no, surprisingly, he actually did pretty well. The guy that we're going to talk about here before we talk about our winner, and thank God Stapleton's not here, it's Kyle Larson.
Oh, Lord.
Just past halfway on a restart, no less. Forces the issue, racing as hard as could be, just trying to get to the front. unfortunately, coming around turn 4, finds himself in a 4-wide situation with, of course, 2 other cars, but 3 other cars, of course, obviously, the 4-wide situation. One of the cars that was involved in that 4-wide scenario was his own teammate of Alex Bowman. Bowman did get the worst end of the deal.
Again.
Unfortunately, he goes out on lap 194, and Kyle Larson was involved in that 4-wide situation, in that crash that also took out Bowman in the process. And unfortunately, it left him what looks to be, I think, 18 laps down. My God. Kyle Larson, as we have alluded to, and we're going to continue to say, if the pendulum doesn't swing back the other way, Kyle Larson's, I think, in trouble. Granted, as we'll mention, he fell back a couple spots in the regular season points. He's in a good spot, still in a pretty decent spot with 132 points above the cut line. However, that could change within the next 3 weeks if he is not able to get locked in, get his head in the game, if you will. Anything can change within these next 3 weeks, and if they don't, if Larson does not pick up the pace, if he does not get his poop in a group, he is going to have to go all out at Daytona.
I feel like this upcoming race at Richmond is probably his best shot right now. Like, I don't see like a New Hampshire is up and down. I think he's up finishing there, but I think if he does not finish well, Daytona, like you mentioned, is going to be the huge factor in all this. He ain't good at Daytona, so that's interesting for Larson. Our reigning champion, by the way, we got to put that out there. Our reigning champ.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention all the pit road problems that we had.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, but besides that, let's go on to the last thing that I do want to discuss here. And this involves somebody else that really has had probably the best momentum that I've seen in quite some time. Ty Gibbs, the man that I ultimately really just did not like and was absolutely salty with in the O'Reilly series at the time, but when he got to Cup, man, I'm really eating my words at this rate. You know, like he's really put together such an amazing season. This is his second win. Holds off Christopher Bell, whom unfortunately finishes runner-up for the 7th time this season. Man, unfortunately, Bell cannot catch a break when it comes to trying to win a race. So close, but no cigar in that stance. But Ty Gibbs, chat me up, guys. What do we think of this win?
I haven't said it before. Like, when he used to be where it looked like he was cocky and arrogant, and I think it was a certain wreck or something that I said that I think Ty Gibbs got humbled. The first win that he had at Bristol kind of proved it. This one, I think he's starting to become like almost like maybe SVG of the short tracks. Not always winning them, but always having, I think, like at least a good finishing result at short tracks.
Yeah. No, I could 100% agree with that. As we're currently waiting on Wyatt.
So I know it's going to probably take a minute.
Right.
I know how difficult it can be with being in a Discord call or anything on the road.
No, yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, what?
no, I was just saying that I know it's a little difficult, especially being on the road and being in a Discord call, and and I fully understand what you're doing.
Yeah, not to mention I'm also getting gas as well. I'm making a pit stop. So
Don't drop the jack too early.
I don't know, but Elijah, you should have at least got my little pun there for a minute.
Yeah, I did.
It was accidental, but it worked out too.
Yeah. No, chat me
But
up
yeah.
though, Wyatt. What do you think about Ty Gibbs' win?
Honestly, as like a Joe Gibbs fan, like you said, like I was not big on Ty Gibbs. Like when he was in the O'Reilly series, I also agree. Like I wasn't as a hater as you are of him when he was there, but like I didn't really care for him that much. When it came to Cup, he got humbled, and now he's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's already having like a great season. He's got a second win. I'm happy for him. He's doing good. As a Bell fan, it sucks that he's got his 7th runner-up finish this year, but it does show that he is consistent
Absolutely.
going on. So I think that's what's good for him, especially him almost being top 5 in points. But I think the momentum for Gibbs is good, and honestly, he might be a new contender for the title if we really think about it. Depends on how much his momentum goes.
Oh, that could be possible.
Can I just mention one quick thing before you do the results? And I know it's going to be like short-lived on the talking, but Kyle Sieg, out of all the sponsors you can get for your race program for that weekend, Buttface. Like,
this is probably the most, and I'm thinking about it now. This is the most out of pocket sponsorship since the Slender U sponsorship back in the late 80s.
I'm surprised Elijah can't drive a car.
I'll just leave this here.
But yeah.
I like how no one commented to what I said.
I didn't even hear it. I'm not gonna lie.
I said I'm just surprised that Elijah was on a sponsored car.
No, yeah.
Actually, I would have thought more Stapleton.
All right. So I'm gonna go see if my mom's downstairs because she just got home. So Sly, since you are stationary, unless if Y can do it, would you?
I am currently still driving. I can't look at it. Sly's a better option on it than I am at the moment.
All right. Would you do the honors of doing the results for this week?
Are we doing all the way down to last place?
Yes, for both.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll be right back, guys.
Give it my best. All right. So the finisher result for the O'Reilly race, obviously, Carson Kvapil, car number 1, finishing P number 1. Second, we have Roger Caruth. Third is William Sawalich. Fourth, in his final O'Reilly race, is Ross Chastain. Fifth is Sheldon Creed. Sixth is Nick Sanchez. 7 is Taylor Gray. 8th is Dean Thompson. 9th is Harrison Burton. And rounding out the top 10 is Brennan Poole.
Before you continue with that, how about like Dean Thompson? We'll talk about this more. I'm going to actually say these or probably talk about breaking stories, but he got a big news coming out of this. Yeah, he's got big news, and then he comes out and showed it with a top 10 finish. That is pretty great. Ian Thompson and Brendan Poole with a top 10.
Yeah.
Brendan Poole. That's a team that needs pretty good level.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree on it. So from 11th on down to 20th, we have Austin Hill. 12th, Mr. Buttface, Kyle Sieg. 13th is Parker Redsloff. 14th is Brandon Jones. 15th, we have Carson Brown. 16th, we have Brent Cruz. 17th is Sammy Smith. 18th, we have Patrick Starr. 19th, Anthony Alfredo. And rounding out in 20th, we have Blaine Perkins. It's not a bad middle of the pack.
Couple of mix. I think the biggest surprise is Kyle Sieg. You mentioned he finished 12th. That is surprising.
I mean, if you reverse his starting position, which was 21st, so it's like he just hit a mirror. But 20th on down to 30th, we have the defending winner in Sam Mayer. 22nd is Joey Gase. 23rd is Ryan Ellis. This is a shocker. 24th, Justin Allgaier. 25th, we have Nathan Bird. 26th, we have Derek Lemke. 27th, Jeb Burton. 29th or 28th, LeVar Scott. 29th, Garrett Smithley. And 30th, we have Jeremy Clements.
And with you mentioned like Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier, two names on that. On like they were running up front, but then they got caught up in a wreck. One of the first cautions for overtime.
Yeah.
And first or second one, I can't remember. There's only one overtime, wasn't there?
I believe there was only one overtime.
Okay. With that, just like those two were running, those two were the boards that we were to have one of the best days. That turned that in a quick second.
And I believe Sam Mayer was a 2-time winner back to back, I think.
Yeah, Mayer, time winner again.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But so from 31st all the way down to 37th, we have Josh Bilicki. 32nd is Tyler Tomasi, if I said that right. 33rd is Ryan Sieg. 34th, Mason Maggio. 35th, Jesse Love. 36th, Corey Day. And rounding out in 37th, Carson Ware. Now, the one thing I do real quick want to touch on with Jesse Love is that he had a transmission problem. It would not stay in fourth gear. And he was saying on the radio, anytime that he would put it into fourth gear, it would jam right back up into third.
Jesse Love has been having a rough weeks. Like he is locked into the chase. It's not a big word for Jesse Love. He's locked in. We have to worry about him like falling out of the chase. I think he's still the highest. On top of my head, I think he's still the highest non-winner that is currently in the points.
Yeah.
But the last few weeks has just been rough for him. And I think Corey Day sucks for him being back there. I think what sucks more is just Ryan Sieg, his first ever O'Reilly's pole. Like this is his first ever O'Reilly's pole. And he just I forgot what happened to him. But I know he's like already out. I'm like, oh, that sucks for Ryan Sieg. This could have been a race that he could have really needed. Maybe not to make the chase, but sorry, I am now stuck behind a train.
So, since you're back now, Elijah, I had mentioned, from 21st we had Sam Mayer and 24th with Allgaier. And along with 35th, obviously, Jesse Love when he had his transmission problems.
Yeah, when he got put into the wall, I believe, pretty early in the event, and that's what caused the transmission issues and when he was not able to be in fourth gear. So that unfortunately had set him back quite a ways. Obviously, it looks like
he was
60 laps. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and to your point about Ryan Sieg, man, I think this probably was one of the best non-plate races of Ryan Sieg's career for obvious reasons. Won the pole, his first career pole, probably led the most laps to, actually, no, the second most laps. Sorry. I want to correct myself here. The second most laps of 65. Obviously, Allgaier led 83 laps, which is the race high. But just so unfortunate though. Like this kind of stings just as badly as with Ryan Sieg and Sam Mayer at Texas several years ago in that awesome side-by-side finish. Sieg, in my opinion, should have had that because that would have been an absolute underdog win, just like of how this past weekend in Iowa would have been, and honestly should have been, an underdog win for Ryan Sieg.
Sieg has been part of the sport for, I don't know the actual number on the top of my head, but at least over 10 years.
Probably since 2011 in the truck series.
Well, I was thinking more O'Reilly series, but yeah, that is
But
true.
as far as O'Reilly's competition, since 2014, that is when Ryan Sieg Racing went full-time. With just Ryan Sieg by himself, by the way. This is long before he expanded into a 2 to 3 car operation.
And the team only has one win as a team, and that was by Eric Almirola when he drove the 28 at Sonoma just a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. I want to say that was 24, 3, somewhere in that area. Somewhere in that area.
But he stopped racing after 23, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, no.
Almirola?
24? Well,
Eric Almirola?
Cup racing.
Oh, Cup racing. No, yeah, Almirola stopped after 23. Yeah.
Well, yeah. For Cup racing, yeah, I say 23. So yeah, that made, because he did part-time stuff for JGR the last 2 years. So, I think 23 was the year he won at Sonoma.
Absolutely.
The inaugural race for the O'Reilly series. No, they've raced there before there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
No one's here.
But all right. I think since I came back a little bit earlier than what I thought I would, I'll take the reins for the Cup Series results. Ty Gibbs, second win of the season and of his career at the Iowa Speedway, holding off his teammate Christopher Bell for second. Nathan Stapleton is here, but he was in 0th place in this race. Ryan Blaney took home third. Josh Berry, a top 5 finish for him, especially in the position that he is in, knowing that he does not have a ride for next year, basically racing just for the sake of it, because he knows at this particular point, there really isn't too much left to lose, but he comes home with the top 5 regardless, finishing in 4th. Denny Hamlin rounds out your top 5. Then you have Chase Briscoe finishing in 6th in car number 19, 619 right there. Ross Chastain coming home in 7th. AJ Allmendinger finishing in 8th. William Byron 9th. And Austin Dillon completing your top 10. A couple of interesting hitters here inside of the top 10.
Like you said, Josh Berry. and Austin Dillon, along with AJ Allmendinger. Those are the three to me that were the surprising ones that finished in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm. At the end of the day, I'm not too surprised about Josh Bailey because I know he's good at short tracks, but I saw one Saturday. That was the first top 5 for Type 21 car since 2005 with Ricky Wood. So I'm just like, wow.
That's impressive.
But huge props to Josh Bailey. If there was gonna be a short track ace in that 21 car that could do something like that, it's Josh Bailey. I know he's not been the best in Cup, but he's still a badass when it comes to short tracks. And I do hope he lands a ride in somewhere in NASCAR. I think probably he could easily go to like a top team in the O'Reilly Series next year. But I hope he sits in NASCAR and he got a great top 5 at Iowa.
Let's talk about a few more hitters here that unfortunately it didn't finish inside of the top 10, but they were also in contention just as much as everybody else that finished inside of the top 10. 11th on down through 20th. Probably the biggest surprise that we have had all year. Connor Zilic finishing in 11th at an oval track. Wow.
The potential's there, Elijah.
It is maybe this is the off week that Zilic needed. I mean, who knows? It's too early to say, but I will I'll give a big round of applause to Mr. Connor Zilic. Probably the best run that I've ever seen him have on an oval in the Cup Series in probably since the Daytona 500 before he got taken out. I'm just going to be flat out honest there. But for Zilic, this has to be a huge confidence booster for him. Knowing the type of car that he had all day yesterday at the time that we're recording this. And even just with him just being inside of the top 15 pretty much all race long, you know, it's pretty impressive. And I'm super happy to see that Connor Zilic, like, it's not a top 10, but finally something went his way.
All right. No, yeah. I mean, Zilic, he needed this run. I think maybe the slump might have somewhat gone away. I mean, we won't know until the other races happen, but I think he's probably got the car fully figured out. What? So, no, I definitely see Connor Zilic doing a lot better for the remainder of the year, going into next year.
I hope so.
I absolutely would hope so as well. Finishing up the rest of your top 20, we got Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Zane Smith, Noah Gragson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., John Hunter Nemechek, and Ryan Preece. May not have been the greatest result for him, but definitely not the worst either as he rounds out your top 20.
I noticed, though, the lead lap ended with the top 10.
This is true. This is actually very true. Anyways, 21st on down to 30th looks like this. We got Riley Herbst, Todd Gilliland, Daniel Suarez, Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Austin Hill, Brad Keselowski, Cole Custer, Austin Cindric. And man, this is a shame. SVG rounding out your top 30. And then finally, positions 31st on down to 36th. We got Carson Hocevar, Cody Ware, Stapleton. You might want to deafen for this one. Kyle Larson.
I'm tired of this.
Why didn't you deafen?
Because I didn't feel like it. Because I need to suffer myself.
But
You need to suffer.
But he was
And
the
then-
last car that finished on the racetrack. And then the only three retirees, Alex Spellman, who went on a lap 194 when he got involved in that 4-wide crash with Kyle Larson. And then the two drivers that got taken out way too early. Eric Jones on lap 4, and then 1 lap prior with Tyler Reddick. Of course, they both got caught up in the same wreck on lap 3, but Eric Jones wound up going a lap longer.
Somehow.
It is. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I mean by this. It looks like SVG is going to be paying for that group. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think last week there was a mention about I think it was Todd Gilliland brought it up to someone. I believe Bob Pockris. I don't know if that's true or not, but he brought it up to someone, and they mentioned about like him and a bunch of other drivers that are around the back have a little. I don't want to say bet, but a little race among themselves.
Yeah.
Whoever and whoever finished last in that group text has to buy dinner for everyone.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't remember every name on that list, but I'm pretty sure SVG is an honorable mention. It's like an honorary member back there because he's on and off being on ovals and stuff. But I think it's Todd Gilliland, I think Zane's in there, Noah, Ricky, Connor. I think Connor's in there. I'm not 100% sure. I need to look and find the tweet and say who's all in there. But I think I think SVG is gonna be buying dinner, dinner for everyone.
I guess
Well,
so.
I mean, he could afford it with like, you know, the wins he's had so far this year.
Yeah. But all right, I made it home in time for my segment of all the damn points. I do apologize. I don't have my camera on. I am home and I did not feel like having my camera on. Anyways, we start off with the O'Reilly Auto Part series, and nothing super big has changed on this. We still have Justin Allgaier, still with 6 wins. This was 451 points of the cutoff. Our regular season champion, hands down. Carson Quapple gains a little on him. Not like he's going to get 2 there, but he still gaps up his lead between him and Sheldon Creed, who's third. He has Quapple 213, Sheldon Creed 185, who passes Jesse Love. Is 152 points. Corey Day 130, Brandon Jones 121, Austin Hill 119, and our newest driver locked in, Sammy Smith, only 95 points above, with one race before we get to Daytona. Wrong track. I almost at Homestead for whatever reason. Going to Daytona for the final race of the regular season. Of the drivers currently not locked in yet, we have Parker Retzloff with 46, Sam Mayer 19, and here's a huge sandwich, boys. William Wallace just jumped back up to above the cut line by 1 point. But wait, Brent
There's
Cruz,
more.
the rookie, the last one in, is up by 1 point, and one more. Taylor Gray, first below, 1 point. All the JDR cars, besides Brandon Jones, who's locked in, 1 point. Him and Wallace are tied, but it's 1 point separates them and Taylor Gray. Oh, and we got to mention Roger Caruth, who's only down by 20 points. And I believe, I don't know the exact number because I've already taken his name out of my list, but because he's too far back to be a contender in this. But Ryan Sieg, I believe, had like, I think 80 something points. I don't know on top of my head.
Yeah.
But Ryan,
definitely eliminated.
Ryan Sieg is definitely eliminated from contention of making the chase.
What I am very sad about Iowa for Ryan Sieg. He had a top 5 car when he needed it. And if he finished top 5, he would have had at least a shot at Daytona.
Yes.
And we all know he's always fast at Daytona.
I do agree. I do
So
agree that he would have been up there.
So I feel like he would have had a chance if it wasn't for Brent Cruz doing, I guess, his first mistake in the O'Reilly series and taking out Ryan Seek and Justin Allgaier, among others. So Saturday and Sunday, I was not happy. Both days.
Yeah.
But
this is really
I
interesting.
feel bad for Seek.
So
and it's going to
here's
be
my
interesting for the points. Sorry. It's going to be really interesting when we get to Daytona of all places for that cut line.
And I do want to talk about the cut line for a minute. We know that Sammy Smith, as I mentioned, is locked in with 95 points above.
Call that one, by the way.
Yeah, we knew what was going to happen. Parker Retzloff, going to him for a minute. I think as long as he's fine in like the first stage, I think Parker Retzloff may get locked in by the first, maybe the second stage.
I think second stage at the very latest.
If he earns enough stage points, the fight is going to be between Sam Mayer, Sawalich, Cruz, Gray, and Carruth. And it is now interesting that Sam Mayer, after having a fantastic race but got crashed out, went from, like, I'd say being above Parker, maybe close to probably being above Parker Retzloff, probably making maybe in the 40s, could have been safe. He's currently below, like, less than 20 points below the cut, 20 points below cut. Believe it or not, between Sam Mayer and Roger Carruth, doing quick math, I think they're only like, what, 39 between, maybe 39 points between them.
I believe so.
So it's still possibility between these drivers. It's still just shocking that it's now it's a 5-horse race for 2 spots, or 3 spots. My apologies. But the question is, but what if here's a what if. Parker Retzloff wrecks one of the first crashes at Daytona. He's out by a few stage points. He doesn't get any stage points, and these 4 continue on for 5. Is Parker Retzloff also in jeopardy?
I don't like that theory.
I know you don't like that theory, but it's Daytona. Anything's possible. What's y'all's thoughts on that? Good thoughts, gentlemen.
It's hard.
Wow.
I kind of, honestly, not gonna lie, kind of spaced out.
I'm thinking right now because anything.
What was it you brought up? Sorry.
I'll let you say your thought, Elijah, and then I'll fill in the what I was going to ask.
Okay, so now you're basically setting up the scenario if Retzloff gets involved in the crash and doesn't make it in by a few stage points.
Correct, if it's possible.
Then, if that's the case, and if Mayer, Sawalich, and Cruz are all fine, and even Taylor Gray in this case, that opens up the floodgates for all 4 of those guys to make it in. But Carruth, on the other hand, I mean, like, given of what we've seen, I mean, I think throughout this year, even at like Atlanta, if we want to count it, at the beginning of the season, Carruth could potentially pull something out of his sleeve, like at Daytona. Granted, again, going in, he's going to be 20 points below the cutoff, but that doesn't mean that 20 point that he's not going to go out and try to get as many stage points as he's going to be able to, because he could be a potential. I mean, he is going to be a dark horse between Gray, Cruz, Sawalich, and Mayer, and even Parker Retzloff in this case. But as far as like if Retzloff wrecks out in the big one, then it probably opens up the floodgates for everybody from Mayer on down to Carruth to basically try to fight for those final 4 opening spots.
And keep in mind, if Caruth wins, hypothetically, wins both stages and no one else gets stage points, he's right there tied on that cut line. Actually, believe it or not, if they were to stay how they were and Caruth got those points, he would jump up to 11.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about now.
This is
It's- I am very much looking forward to that Daytona race and seeing of how the O'Reilly CW broadcast does this, because there is so many scenarios. It like just say Westhoffen may make it, and then like Roger has a bad day. It's still a three-way, like 1 or 2 point battle between Swallow, Cruz, and Gray. So at the bare minimum, it's that, and then like you said, if Roger wins both stages, he's right into it. If Mayer has a bad race, he's into it. If Westhoff, fingers crossed, if he does get into a wet, that could make things interesting. I just don't know how Daytona's gonna go. But it's definitely gonna be a one heck of a finale to see if it gets the final spots.
And to add one more curveball to this will be Brent Cruz's first time at Daytona. Just to throw that little curveball out there too.
Oh yeah.
So now that we got that, now we got the O'Reilly guys out of the way. Let's move to the Cup series. And before that, I already mentioned the little spoilers on a couple of these. Granted, Denny Hamlin's still the points leader, 426 points above. He's still locked in. New second place guy, Ty Gibbs. Him and Tyler Reddick swap spots. Ty Gibbs is currently in the second spot with 323. Ryan Blaney's still holding the third spot with 316. And then hell yeah. And then Tyler Reddick.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then Tyler Reddick. I was hoping someone caught why I did that.
What?
Thank you. What? Anyways, Tyler Reddick with only 306 points above the cutoff. I was kind of hoping someone else would do another what there, just so I could continue that up. It ruined it.
Yeah, we were a little late. We were a little late.
Yeah.
You ruined it. Screw y'all. Anyways.
Yeah.
From new fifth place guy, Chase Briscoe, has moved up to fifth in points with 166. Huh? What?
Exactly.
Oh, screw you. Our new top non-winner, Christopher Bell, who moved up to sixth in points is 162, and Chase Elliott, with 160 points above the cutoff. All three of those drivers are between each other. Granted, Christopher Bell's different in points between both of them, but they're all in a little sandwich, 6 points between each other. Carson Hocevar, 147 points above. Chris Buescher, 140. Stapleton deafened. Kyle Larson's now 10th in points with 132. Dropped from 8th to 10th.
I hate trying to name a chat.
Well, I know who his stay-away driver is going to be in the truck race.
You mean what?
Yeah. Yeah, is it?
No,
didn't it saw
Nemec,
someone-
that's for New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Oh, New Hampshire. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's for New Hampshire. I saw.
Okay,
before
my
we talked about-
apologies.
Yeah, that's New Hampshire.
My apologies. I caught a glimpse of the article, and I saw that he was in the 5. I didn't see what race. I assumed it was Richmond. My apologies. That's on me. But hey, y'all got where I went with that though. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Getting back on track. William Byron up by 103. Daniel Suarez up by 100 points. Joey Logano up by 89 points. Bubba Wallace 68. SVG 47. And Austin Cindric 29. the 6 drivers below Ryan Preece down by 29. Ross Chastain, after having a great run in a while for him, he's jumped up to the 18th spot. I believe he got 4 spots, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Three. He was 21st. He went up 3 spots. My apologies. To 47 points above, 1 point above Brad Keselowski, who's 48 below. If I said above by Ross Chastain, I mean below. I talk about people who's dropped. Eric Jones went from 18th to 20th. He's now 50 below. Michael McDowell, 72, and then AJ Allmendinger, 88 points below.
We gotta talk about Ross Chastain as a new contender all of a sudden. If they
And-
have the speed from Iowa and they keep it up at Richmond, at New Hampshire, and Daytona, Ross could have a shot by the time we get to Daytona. I know it's a long shot, but he jumped up, like you said, 3 spots at Iowa. So if he has a good Richmond and a good Richmond and New Hampshire, then he could have a shot at the Daytona International Speedway.
And I know you don't want to hear this, but if Larson keeps doing what
No,
he's doing, I can almost see him out.
He's not going out.
That's something that we were talking about previously. Is like, this is not good for Larson. I need to go and do some calculations on, for me personally, like how many points is between the race. We got 3 races left. I know no one else is officially locked in yet. I'm going to assume we will have more drivers locked in by next week. I would assume like at least Briscoe, Bell, and Elliott are among the top ones if they have great races at Richmond. Hocevar, I think, is a long shot. I don't know about Busher just yet.
So,
but go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, like according to like how your points are, if just say hypothetical, if Ty Gibbs won Richmond and say had a perfect race, he'd only be like 30 points behind Hamlin.
And that's not counting if Denny Hamlin gets like stage points as well. So he is not that far, but he's only like, what's the number? 100? It's 103.
That's 103. Yeah.
103 points. That is not, in a couple weeks. That's not bad. It's not much. And not to mention, like, Ryan Blaney ain't that far back either. I'm worried about Tyler Reddick. I honestly think second through fourth are going to be fighting for second through fourth. If not, they have great runs. Hamlin don't have any good ones. It could be a fight between those 3. I'm worried about Tyler Reddick. I think Tyler Reddick is at least going to get fourth. I don't think he's going to fall too much back to where Briscoe or Bell's going to catch him. But I don't think Tyler Reddick's going to be in contention for regular season anymore. I really don't.
So either.
And here's what's scary is we were praising the ever-living daylights out of Tyler Reddick at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like, we might as well just give it to him. Give it to him. Well, I think we're eating our words.
Well, they still have the speed. Like, it still has the speed. That was just a unfortunate mistake in turn 1. So, like, I am worried if, like, they keep on having mistakes like that or bad situations, because they have speed still. That has not changed in that 45 car.
No.
Or 2311 as well. They still have great speed. But now, all the good luck that they had at the start of the year has now turned into bad luck right before the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be quite honest, I think it would have to agree unless if Reddick is able to muster up a little bit of that momentum that he had at the beginning of the year. There's no way he's making a run for the regular season title at this rate. I mean, ever since, after the Coke 600, 2311 in retrospect of, going after the regular season title, the 45 team has really taken their eye off the ball. They got too comfortable being in the points lead, and that allowed somebody like their boss, Denny Hamlin, to really go on a tear. So I still think that, I mean, obviously, I do agree with Stapleton here. Reddit, the 45 team still has got that speed. They unfortunately kind of lost a couple of puzzle pieces along the way to where they can actually connect them to some good results, because they can run good. It's just they have had some trouble getting the results. But again, I'm going to go back to excuse me. Hold on. I'm going to go back to it. We talk about worrying for other drivers. I mean, we talk about worrying for Reddick. I'm more worried for Larson than I am for Reddick.
Agreed.
And I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. Like, this is not the Kyle Larson that we are used to seeing. This is the 2013 Nationwide Series Kyle Larson that just took the wheel, if you know what I mean. This is well before prime Kyle Larson. And the only reason why I say that is because Larson didn't light the world on fire in his rookie year in the O'Reilly Series in 2013. He did not, under any circumstance. He came close a couple times, but
Bristol I think the
2013
Bristol was one of the highlights.
Correct. Absolutely.
The Kyle and Kyle show. The first of many of those.
But going back to it though, yeah, this is not, we're not used to seeing Larson struggle as badly as he has and for as long as he has. This is definitely in some aspect or another, but not, obviously not as bad. Kind of like the slump that Jimmy Johnson had gone on in 2018, which that one, we could easily forget that one. But for Larson, this is kind of a little comparable in that sort of way, because he hasn't won in a while, but also a lot of things have really fallen apart for Larson. Granted, like at the beginning of the summer, he did pick up a couple top 5s and top 10s, but that isn't enough. He is in a good spot, right? As of right now, 132 points above the cut line. But as I mentioned before Stapleton got here, if he is not able to get his head in the game in these between Richmond and New Hampshire, he is going to have to go balls to the wall at Daytona. And I think he's probably going to be flirting with the cut line by the time we get to Daytona.
I did a little bit of quick math, or somewhat quick math. I got like how I got both stages, the winner and the extra fastest lap point, just to throw that in there. That's 228 points. Larson being 132 is just not half that, but at least like a good margin of that. If Larson does not do something good, I'm worried about that Daytona. He's on the cut line. But the only good thing, we have a couple of tracks that he's pretty good at. But is that going to factor in? And one more thing I want to point out, going back to Tyler Reddick, I mentioned the fact like he might be safe between Briscoe and Bell, depends on how they're racing. I looked back at this, I actually did math. That's only 140 points between Reddick and Briscoe. And that's not counting that between him and Bell is 144 and then Elliott is 146. That may not seem like a lot, but coming up to these next few weeks, adding that, if Reddick don't have any good races, he could fall back to 7. I don't know about going to Hocevar, but if Briscoe, Bell, and Elliott have better races than Reddick going to Daytona, I say he's close and safe. I think I'm completely wrong. And to have some other notable drivers that has been officially eliminated from the chase before I go on to our points mathematically. I talked about like Cole Custer, Connor Zilic, and Cody Ware already were mathematically eliminated. I don't think anyone's surprised about this, and no one's going to be surprised about these names as well. And one more, I may go ahead and eliminate him too, which kind of sucks. But we all knew he was going to get eliminated, despite what happened to him. Going in backwards order, Ty Dillon
Yep.
Ty Dillon is eliminated. Noah Gregson is eliminated. And despite finishing 4th, Josh Berry is also eliminated.
Yeah.
And these are from 200 to 29 points. And I'm going to say up, saying backwards. But one more name, I think I'm going to go ahead and eliminate him too, being 200 to 13 points. Alex Bowman.
Yep. I mean, what did we say at the beginning of the year when he got sidelined for vertigo? That there'd be no way he would make up all those points to put himself in
contention
for the top 16.
Yeah.
Hey, he fought hard though.
He did. We'll give him that. He did. Props to him for that though. Now he can race with nothing to lose at this point. Yes. A lot of those guys that you had mentioned that were eliminated, just because, they're eliminated from, chase contention, or at least to get in, that doesn't mean that they can't race with, none to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Berry, especially with nothing to lose, we don't know his ride for next year. And I've heard him mention he likes being in the pressure. He likes the pressure of he's used to being in the uncomfortable of not knowing when his next ride's going to be. So he has nothing to lose. He don't have to worry about trying to make the chase anymore. A couple of these names are going to show off too, because I don't think they're going to be eliminated yet, but they're going to be pretty close going at least to Daytona. Nemechek, 153. Austin Dillon is a name I'm looking for, wanting to see how he does, especially coming up to this week.
Yeah.
Only 144, a point behind Stenhouse, 43. Herbst, 140. And there's a jump between him and Smith with 109. Gillen, 05. Allmendinger, 88. Michael McDowell, 72. And I've already mentioned from Jones up. So I think Dillon is the one I'm really looking at when it comes to the points.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to shift gears to the
Wyatt?
GTN points, huh? Yeah.
I want to say my thoughts about Kyle Wilson real quick before you get to the GTN points.
Go ahead.
I joined in late, so I wasn't able to. So first off, I will just say Hendrick is slow. Across the board, Elliott slow, Byron slow, Bowman and Lawson slow. This is reminding me of 2018, where Hendrick was literally way off than what they're used to being, and then Elliott was able to win a couple times. Elliott was able to win a couple times early in the season. Lawson's been able to get top fives a lot during the summer until the last 2 months. And even Iowa, in stage 1, he was top 5. But then his car, because of Hendricks having a bad year with the new Camaro, fell off in stage 2. And I don't remember if it was stage 2 or stage 3, but John Nemechek apparently downshifted into neutral, got into Lawson, sent him up high, and then 4 wide. And broke a toe link for Kyle Lawson. Allegedly downshifted to neutral.
You mentioned that 2018 year. Didn't Chase Elliott also finish that year with 2 wins? Or
Yeah,
didn't he have an extra win? Because I know he at least won one. That was the first year he won. That was his first year he won. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he won 2 or 3 races late in the year, but it was kind of like the flip side of this year, like Hendrick won late in 2018, Hendrick won early this year, and now he's not won. But yeah, I think Elliott won 2 or 3 times in 2018.
Yeah, he was the only Hendrick driver to win, if I'm not mistaken. mistake, unless
I
someone else,
believe so.
because that year it was him, Bowman, Byron, and Johnson were the
A
four.
rookie Byron.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Rookie Byron, yeah.
So yeah, and like for me, I know Lawson has the speed to make it into the chase. Richmond, he likes. He won in the Ganassi car, one in the Hendrick car. I think he should have speed at Richmond. New Hampshire, I don't know. Daytona, I don't know. I really hope Lawson at least makes it into the top 16. He should. But this, like, winless streak from last year to this year is giving me deja vu vibes from way back in the day, 2017 through 2019, with Chip Ganassi. During that stretch where he didn't win late in 17, 18, and almost through the entire 2019 year until he won at Dover somehow. So I don't know how, but with all the bad luck, this is reminding me of that. And I really hope things change. And also, typical. What? I saw that. I came in here late. Give me time. Sly. The very next hour or two after the Cup race, I also went to Knoxville and won at Knoxville in a Fulton sprint car. So it's just at the Cup side that he's struggling, and that Hendrick's struggling because he's still winning on third. Anyway, go ahead, Wyatt.
All right, now we get to our part of the GTN points, which had a pretty interesting little switch going into these. As both y'all can't see on my end, but both Elijah and Sly are doing what I like to do sometimes and make their predictions early, which is yeah. But going to this, Sly is still our points leader with 90 points, and Elijah had the big win with 4 points. He's now officially second with 87, 1 point
We're back.
in front of 1 point in front of me. And oh my God, y'all, Stapleton got rid of his half point. He's now a full point, 83.
Wait, I did?
Cue the Angels music.
He didn't even know.
Hallelujah.
He didn't even know.
That's
I'm not
wild, by the way.
I've not checked the sheet yet. Okay.
Yeah, Ross finished like top 10.
I told you he was gonna run well.
Yeah. But yeah, now hopefully Stapleton season can turn around
Was
now
that
that
my
he
only?
lost his half point. You
Was that the only point I got all week? Was the half point?
you got 1 point in the Cup series. You
I only
finished,
got 1.5 points.
yes.
Meanwhile,
We all got screwed in the O'Reilly series, except for Elijah, who apparently ended up got 2 points. In the
Apparently.
O'Reilly series. I think one was more pity than anything, but I digress.
so how many points did you guys get?
I think both me and Sly got 3.
4. And I'm 7 points behind. I'm from leading at 1 point.
hey, you got rid of the half point. That's a blessing, Stapleton.
That's step one.
You did it. You did it.
And hopefully that will help this will turn your season around.
We are gonna make the chase come back.
Elijah,
the chase comeback is real.
I'll say this before I end my segment. Elijah, you are definitely my friend.
Uh-oh.
You'll figure out why when we get there. For those that are wondering why he says that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
y'all gonna hate me.
Well, you're fine. Anyways, that concludes my segment of all the damn points.
All right. I don't believe there were any breaking stories. Were there?
I think there was one. I think I caught on to what you were talking about, Wyatt.
So
with Dean Thompson signing a multi-year deal.
oh, it's multi.
It's
Oh,
a multi-year
yeah.
deal to join an expanded Haas factory team for the 2027 season.
I forgot about
That
this.
which
I
that is a
knew about that, but I
fantastic.
thought it was only 1 year.
I thought it was 1 year too. I didn't know it was multi.
It's a multi-year deal.
No.
That is great for Dean because if you really think about how Dean Thompson's season's been, like he had it wasn't the best, but he had a good rookie season. Trucks came up to O'Reilly, had a good season. He's done great with Sam Hunt. Not the best, but he's actually, I don't know where he is on the points on the top of my head, but I know he's at least top 30, and that's pretty good. I want to say he's around top 25 points. He's in that little area, but Dean Thompson is a pretty good, decent driver, and with the driver behind him of like one of the top O'Reilly teams, that's huge. I think the biggest thing is trying to figure out what number he's going to be in, but
Yeah, I don't know what number he's gonna be in. I was talking to Travis over the weekend about that, and I was like, what number are they gonna use? Because if the screen light keeps the 0, they can't use the 0. So I don't know what number they're gonna use.
you know what would be funny, and I would laugh if they did this.
No.
The 98.
Uh,
They bring back the 98.
That would be something. Given of how, besides the 00, that was their second most successful number that they've had in the team existence.
Ooh, I got one.
What's
What if they bring back the 60 from like the 2000s?
They'd have to get the rights from RFK
60?
first.
Yeah, I
Oh.
agree with that one. The only other number I could see, I think SS Greenlight has that number too, but don't they have the 14?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'd say 14's a good one as well. Well, to add on to that, like there's possibilities of the numbers for the Haas factory. It's hard to keep track of the names, okay? Despite it being, it's still, even though Stewart's not part of it, it's still Stewart Haas to me. But it's hard to keep track. It's interesting to see what numbers they can come up with. It could be a number it's out of left field that we don't
It's
even
very
think
well
about.
could.
It's happened before. I mean, look at the 35 for 2311.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
That's one that's way out of left field. But I wouldn't be surprised if SS Greenlight give it to him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the 0. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the 14. Hell, I wouldn't, like I said, the 98. I just thought about that one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what number it is. But I think this is a great opportunity for Dean Thompson.
I would agree.
I think the only other piece of news I could think about is like they haven't fully released the schedule, but they're revealing the tracks are revealing their dates.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like the 500, like Daytona, their dates are like mid to late in February for the 500 weekend, and then obviously like the second Daytona weekend is in late August again for next year, which, by the way, can I just say, for the Daytona 500 weekend being right around the February 17th, what was it, the 17th through 20th? Let me actually look at this again to see if we're right around that area, right? The 17th through the 21st. Granted, that's a little bit later than what I personally would have expected, just like a skosh later. But this is around the time when the NASCAR season would be getting started. Thank God that the season is actually starting at around that time, much less than at the beginning of February or in late January. at that rate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't mind. I didn't really mind the season starting out at like super early in February or in late January. I didn't mind it, but it just didn't seem right to me at the same time. So thank God that they're kind of pushing the season opener back to about mid to late February.
Just to add on, like some of the tracks that have also confirmed their dates, we at least have the first 5 races confirmed as of today. As we're of the recording on Monday, Vegas has announced their dates, and I think this is interesting. There's no if I've looked at it right, there's no truck dates for the Vegas. Hold on, let me triple check to make sure I saw that right. Have to go to a spot. Yes, O'Reilly and Cup for both the truck races.
How about
For
that?
the both Vegas, like there is no truck race for Vegas. I meant to say just
Wow.
O'Reilly and Cup.
I'm disappointed.
That is very
Unless they got
disappointing.
unless they got some really big plans for the truck series. I'm very disappointed of what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
Couple
Like,
other. Oh, sorry, go
there's
ahead.
so many tracks that I've seen that does not have the truck series on it. And like, plus with the unknown of Rockingham being back or not, that like I don't know what the truck series is gonna be like next year.
And granted, we're only talking about like all the tracks that have been confirmed as of now, and I'm about to list like a couple of these. And there's one I do want to have a conversation about because they changed this one. There's tracks like both the Chicago races. We don't know if they're coming back or not. We don't know if like the or the base. Just my brain's blanking. Someone help me. The one where Corey Heim won.
That's the
San
naval base.
Diego?
Yeah, San
Thank
Diego.
you, San Diego. Thank you. My brain wasn't working. There's one more track I can't think of that they're trying to figure out around. Like there's tracks that are scheduled. Rockingham, I think's the one. North Wilkesboro is the other one. I believe is the one I was trying to think of. But like those tracks are still in question. Like we don't know where they're going to be. But the other tracks, like Atlanta's confirmed their dates. Coda and Texas has confirmed their dates. Phoenix, Bristol, which that Bristol is not in the chase no more. Talladega, we already knew that the 600 was going to be Memorial Weekend, and we knew Darlington was going to be. We knew Darlington was still going to be a Memorial Day. Those dates have not changed. New Hampshire's in the chase. Watkins Glen, we knew that's in the chase too. That date's not confirmed, but we know it's in September. But and by looking at this, it's either going to be. I know when I say this, that's obvious. But look, actually, no. I think it's between Darlington, New Hampshire, because September 5th, Darlington, September 26th. Is there a date between? Is there an extra date between those two?
Not that I'm aware of.
Someone wants to look. So I think the first 3 races of the chase is going to be Darlington, Watkins Glen, and New Hampshire. If I'm looking at this right,
That'd be an interesting way to start.
but continue on. Phoenix has confirmed Talladega. We haven't figured out if Homestead's the finale. We haven't figured out Martinsville, but here's the one I want to talk about. Iowa is back, but it's in the 4th of July weekend, actually on July 4th.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Interesting.
And apparently, Monday, today, as of real recording, they have allegedly started on the repave for next year. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know when exactly, but I know that they would do it as soon as this past weekend was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just to do some confirmation on my end about that, there's 2 dates between between Darlington and New Hampshire, so it's either going to be the 12th or the 19th. So we're going to have one more in between there. So had to correct myself on that one, but But yeah, that's the only other news I could think of. But I thought I brought that up because I don't know about y'all, but I kind of like it that that's like we're trying to put the pieces together, trying to like match it all up because like the tracks announcing their dates. I don't know. I may be the minority, but I kind of like that a little bit. It just makes it a little bit interesting. Again,
Makes-
that's
It's
just
definitely
me.
different.
Right.
Yeah, definitely different. I think it's just because of the unknowns of the other tracks. The actual tracks want to get their dates out for tickets and all that. But for me, I don't know. I just kind of like it. It's a little interesting.
All right. All right. With that said, though, I think since we don't have any more breaking stories as far as we know, it's time to look ahead to Richmond. O'Reilly's is off until we come back at Daytona, so it is the Truck Series' turn to do the tango with the Cup Series this upcoming weekend in Richmond. And guys, what are we looking forward to here at the 3/4 of mile racetrack?
I know we're gonna have. I don't know why I keep saying this, but there's gonna be a lot. I think a lot of accidents. I don't know what their record is, but I have a feeling they might break it.
Well, it's gonna be interesting of how Richmond plays out because I've always liked Richmond. Like from 2012 and on. Like I remember, maybe Elijah might remember this. Like I think it was one race, either 2014 or 2015. But it was like a 4 or 5 car battle for the lead at one point, and they were running like actually like 3 different lanes and stuff.
Yeah, it was
so it's, like,
2014.
yeah, and like that I was like, yep, I love Richmond. that was a epic battle. Honestly, things have changed. The tracks fairly worn out. I love the tire fall off. I'm a sucker for tire fall off. But it's not an easy track. Low grip, tire fall off, and it is a short track of the day. So I think you'll definitely see some short track tempers in the trucks in the Cup Series race this weekend.
No, I'm just waiting on Wyatt.
Sorry, I was looking at something else. I'm looking forward to the I'm interested to see how the cup race is in store. What we saw the last few years. My apologies. Truck Series has always put up a good show though. Like each year the racing has been pretty good. I'm bunch of these drivers are their main stuff is short tracks. This is going to be where they shine. So I cannot wait to see how well they do in this race.
Alrighty. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get on down into our predictions for the Richmond weekend. And for those that are brand new to the show and are not exactly sure how we make our picks, here's how we make them. We give you a driver who we think is going to win. Pretty self-explanatory. The driver to stay away from is the driver that hasn't been doing well the last couple of weeks, or we're just coming up to a track where they don't perform all that well at, whether statistically or in general. The dark horse is the exact opposite, and it is Trucks and Cup that are doing the tango, as I mentioned earlier. And this is actually going to be pretty interesting. So with that said, Sly looks like he's getting a little antsy.
Yeah.
You go first, man. Take it away.
All right. Remember when I said that y'all are gonna hate me?
No.
So my dark horse, SVG.
Oh.
You know that's a hope you know that's a half point.
Why do you think I said y'all are gonna hate me?
I love of how Sly is probably one of the most vocal about Stapleton having a half point, and here he is. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna fall back on my word.
What the hell?
Only reason why I'm saying SVG is because what he did in the truck race at North Wilkesboro.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
I agree,
that is why I really kind of went with SVG as my dark horse.
I just find it funny of how, like, you know, I just.
I know. Trust me. I'm
But besides
contradicting
that,
myself.
I do agree that SVG will probably want to know. 'Cause
My
he likes these kinds of
my
stuff.
stay away. Colleague really ain't been doing all that great this year. So I'm kind of going with the one-off returning Elliott Sadler. I know. Trust me. But my driver to win, Caden Honeycutt.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Now for the cup side. My dark horse, Christopher Bell.
Yay.
Sorry.
That's the driver to stay away from.
Yep. It's the cat.
Yeah, the cat of Austin Hill is my stay away. And we are at another short track. I think he could go back to back. Oh, I'm taking Ty Gibbs.
I like that.
I like it. That's a good one.
Can I say something before Stapleton makes his point? Doesn't it just feel like a punch in the gut for Austin Hill to be a stay away? Like, not just like after, like, I'm not trying to, like, I do, and I'm not trying to take the point away from either, but it's like, with the deal with Busch, I'm surprised any of us is really trying to put Austin Hill. Is that O'Reilly? We can't do nothing with. Like, that's fine, but the Cup Series wise, I feel like.
Why do you think I haven't? As far as I know, I haven't picked Austin Hill in Cup.
But no, like Austin Hill has been doing decent in Cup. But it's just like he gets, just like Will Larson sometimes, gets caught up at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has potential, just slips. Invisible Mario Kart banana peel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Stapleton, you're up next.
fucking at Richmond. Let's go. So my dark horse, I'm gonna go with, this might surprise you guys here. I really think it might surprise you guys here. Tristan McKee in the 77 is my dark horse.
Alright. Making his debut.
And he's been so good in the ARCA series. It is insane. Whether it be the ARCA series, the ARCA East, he literally just won Iowa in dominating fashion last weekend in the ARCA series. So, and Spire, the trucks have been very good this year. They always have good speed in the truck series. Connor Mozak was able to do good in the Spire truck. And I don't have very much confidence in Connor Mozak. So, I feel like Tristan McKee, he is, I think, I didn't know anything about him until last year, but I think he's going to be another one like some of these younger kids on the up and up that we are going to have to keep an eye on. So, Tristan McKee is my dark horse.
Didn't he just win on his birthday too? Is what I overheard.
Yeah,
like,
he just
on
turned
the
16 recently, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and he
think it was
won
on-
at Iowa.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Imagine if we were racing at 16 and 1. That would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
On your own birthday too. Like you just turned 16 and you won.
Yeah.
My driver to stay away from, I don't know who this is. And actually, no, I'm gonna change my mind.
I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna change my mind.
My driver to stay away from, I'm gonna be honest, I've been kind of disappointed in this guy this year. I thought he was gonna have a bounce back year, but he's not really. I mean, he's doing okay, but I thought he was going to do better than what he is doing. He's 12th in points right now. Jake Garcia is my driver to stay away from. I thought he would do better this year. I know those was not won yet, but Majeski and Rose are 6th and 7th in points. So, I mean, they're up there in the chase. Meanwhile, Jake Garcia's at just outside. So I was hoping that he would do better this year, but he hasn't. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to agree with Sly here. Caden Honeycutt's going to win. He's very good at short tracks. And I think he's going to get a second clear-cut win this weekend. And make that regular season title a little bit more closer to himself and Lane Riggs. On to the Cup Series. My dark horse. Do I? Nah. You know what? Why not? My dark horse is gonna be Ross Chastain.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Oh, wait. Wrong series. Never mind.
This is the Cup Series, sir.
I know. Okay, brain fart.
I think I think the off week really helped that one team. Definitely showed that Iowa, and I think he could do it again at Richmond. My stay away.
Stapleton, are you looking at the screen? I know you have it pulled up.
That's not my stay away. That's not my stay away. My stay away. I'm gonna go with, and this hurts for me because he qualified well at Richmond, not Richmond, at Iowa before he crashed, but my stay away is gonna be Brad Keselowski. I want to believe in that team. I want to so much, but that Iowa weekend literally qualified fourth, or third or fourth, and then crashed in turn 1. So like, I just can't trust it. And as far as Cup, I'm gonna partially agree with Sly here, with Joe Gibbs Racing, but I don't think it will be Ty Gibbs. Give me Chase Briscoe to win at Richmond.
Ooh.
And why? I think you're tickled pink so far.
Yeah, this is getting interesting.
All right.
Also,
Alright.
if you look at all of our deals, we'll say it here in a minute, but this is kind of funny.
It actually is. Wyatt,
Oh wow.
go for it, dude.
All right, for my dark horse for the truck series, I'm going Lane Riggs. I think there's a driver. He's probably going to be up there. He's a good short track guy, but I think there's a guy that's going to get past him a little bit, and y'all see who in a second. My driver to stay away from. I agree with Stapleton. Jake Garcia has been kind of falling off lately. He's not the fourth door sport truck, but just like I just don't see much in Jake Garcia right now. And with let me pull up the points. Let me pull up my points again real quick where he's currently sitting. He like you say, he's 12th. He's below the cut line. I just don't have as much faith as him as I do like a couple of these other drivers. So I got him as my stay away. My winner is a 2-time Cup winner, and he's not full time. He's dominant in the trucks. Come on, Corey Heim, y'all. I got Corey Heim.
I almost picked Corey Heim. I almost did.
Yeah, I almost did too.
Whoever put this. Y'all are going to get murdered. Anyways, for the Cup Series for me, My dark horse, I'm surprised no one has said this name yet. The back-to-back winner, one was more deserved than the other one. I don't think he's going 3 in a row, but you can't deny him at Richmond. I got Austin Dillon as a dark horse, believe it or not. The last 2 years, I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to be up there. He is surprised. He's surprisingly been good at Richmond the last 2 years. Or at least the fall Richmond. I don't remember if 24 had 2 Richmond races or not. Someone can confirm that for me, but I know he won that race. Not during the race, yes, he deserved it. At the finish, much as I do not like Logano, how he did both him and Denny Hamlin at the end there, he didn't deserve that win. And I feel right with NASCAR's decision of not giving him the chase playoff spot at that time. But 25, I will say he did legit win that race. Don't think he's going 3 in a row, but you can't deny Austin Dillon. My stay away, I agree with Stapleton again. Brad Keselowski. I don't think he's making the chase. I just don't have any confidence with him. But my driver to win, there's a pattern forming, boys. Sly got Ty Gibbs. Stapleton's got Briscoe. I'm sorry, I gotta go with the dominant JGR guy. I got Denny Hamlin, and don't forget, this is his bread and butter. This is one of his home tracks.
Did he bring in the talking progressive car?
And he's gonna read all 38 million voices during the race.
We get number 5 win, Mr. Hamlin. We get the regular season championship too.
I don't know if that's going to be accurate. I won't be surprised, but yeah, I got Denny. With this being one of his best tracks, and if not one of his home tracks, and how well he's been doing, it's hard to not choose Denny Hamlin, especially for this week.
All right. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, it now comes down to me to make my predictions. Starting off with the Truck Series, my driver to win, Sly and Nathan, they got Caden Honeycutt. Wyatt's got Corey Heim as the driver to win. So you got 3 Tricon trucks, but I'm the lone guy here that thinks Lane Riggs is going to get the job done here. But he is my driver to win. My driver to stay away from, Mini Tyrell. I mean, first off, as Sly alluded to, Dodge and Colleague, Colleague altogether, though, has been struggling on the Truck Series side, and Dodge has also been struggling as well. But they at the same time, regardless, though. But I just don't think Mini Tyrell is really going to add anything to this weekend at Richmond. So he's my driver to stay away from. But my dark horse is also Tristan McKee.
Okay.
So I put him as my dark horse for the same reasons that Stapleton put him in as a dark horse. This kid, especially, well before we got the news that he was going to be making his Truck Series debut, was already winning races left and right just before his 16th birthday, which is super impressive. Honestly, super impressive. And I feel like winning about in your mid-teens is almost unheard of, honestly.
Yeah, Elijah, what were you doing when you were 15, 16 years old?
I was doing boring teenager things back in the day. I was also making a bunch of really pointless YouTube videos on my Max the Hedgehog channel. But now,
see, if you didn't do that, you could literally be wasting your money at 15, 16.
I wish, man. I still wish to this day.
Timeline.
You could join Raja.
I still wish to this day. But anyways, it is time for your main event. The Nice. 69th annual Cookout 400 at the Richmond Raceway for the NASCAR Cup Series. Here we go. How fitting that this is the 69th annual running of this event, might I add. For my driver to win, this is actually super funny. Sly's got Gibbs. Stapleton's got Briscoe. Wyatt's got Hamlin. We just pulled off a JGR sweep for our driver to win. I've got Christopher Bell as the driver to win.
Has that ever happened before?
So
I believe it's happened. I think it's happened before, but just like it's
I don't
just
think for
rare.
the driver to win though. Not like this.
Not for an organization.
Yeah, but like I am only picking Bell because we've gone way too long. We've gone way too many races with Christopher Bell finishing in second, and we've gone way too long in that same breath, and this kind of coincides with him finishing in second. Too many races where he arguably would have the car to beat. Probably putting together races where he has a shot to win but comes up short.
On the top of my head. Oh, sorry.
This weekend he's going to break that winless streak and that streak of finishing in second place.
You bring that up on top of my head of tracks. I got top of my head, one is Charlotte. Another one is Nashville.
Yep.
Iowa was this last one, and then Chicagoland. I witnessed that race. He ran down Chase Briscoe, but couldn't get there. Those are the four on the top of my head. I can easily say are.
Honestly, Bell should have 4 wins. Bell should have 4.
Not gonna argue that.
Yeah.
No.
As a Bell fan, I will not argue that either.
No, he approves that message.
I do approve that message.
No.
Anyways,
my driver to stay away from.
There's 2 Bell fans, Sly.
Although this was put down as a joke for Stapleton, it is not a joke for me. My driver to stay away from is Kyle Larson.
I was hoping it was a joke.
I'm sorry, but
Are you though?
I mean, for points' sake, no, but overall wise, yes. Because
I mean, speaking of Larson, he literally just had his real axle break during a heat race with 2 laps to go at Knoxville. While we were recording this, he can't have any give up this year.
He's giving me an even bigger reason for picking Larson as my driver to stay away from. That's funny. No, Larson has just been absolutely struggling. Yeah. It's no secret. This is probably the worst I've ever seen Larson struggle in the Cup Series ever.
This reminds me of 2018.
Yeah.
As a Larson fan.
This is worse than 2018 though. This is more painful.
Yeah, because
with a better team.
Oh yeah.
Because back in the day, the kids played spin the bottle. NASCAR this year is playing spin the Larson. I'm sorry, Stapleton, but
my dark horse, and there he goes.
Say his name and he appears.
My dark horse is actually somebody who in the last couple of weeks has run pretty good. Knowing that he's not going to have a ride next year, as far as we know, one that's not lined up. He may be eliminated from championship contention and hell, even chase contention at very baseline. That doesn't mean that he has anything to lose. My dark horse is Josh Berry.
Yeah.
I almost picked Bailey. I like that.
I think those are the kind of drivers. I think those are the kind of drivers that are the most dangerous ones. They got nothing to lose.
Easily.
Nothing to lose. Not able to get into the chase. Why not?
Why not? Absolutely. So with that, my dark horse is Josh Berry. But alrighty, gentlemen, we've done everything that we needed to do. We've gone over Iowa. We've talked about some of the breaking stories, gone over the point situations, previewed Richmond. any final thoughts before we get the Richmond weekend underway?
I'm
Few
still
more
gonna be
weeks
the
for us
point.
with the chase.
I'm still gonna be the points leader after this week.
We'll see. We will see. Depends on how it
I
goes.
I need to clutch up and close back in.
Stapleton needs to get like he needs to get all 6 points, and then he'll have that extra bonus. Get that extra bonus
Mhm.
point.
He needs to sweep the weekend.
He needs to sweep it and get the extra bonus point to even try to actually even come be next to Sly.
I mean, hey, if that happens, I'm right back into it. But
Mhm.
regardless, I'm looking forward to Richmond. I know most of the bipolar fan base are not gonna like Richmond. I've always liked Richmond, and I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty.
Ultimately though, I'm ready for the chase.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be
Let's
very
go, Bob.
interesting for these next couple of weeks. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode right here. Want to thank you guys a lot for watching and or listening to this episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. If you are brand new, be sure to hit the follow button on Spotify and also on the YouTube side. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to consider subscribing so that way you don't miss future episodes that drop every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not just on YouTube, but also on Spotify. On behalf of Slifer, Nathan Stapleton, and my co-host Wyatt Walker, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out, and we'll catch you guys on the very next episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR.
See you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to tonight's episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss a future episode throughout the NASCAR season. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.